What's going on YouTube? It's your main man Tyshawn back at it again for another video. So today's video is going to talk about something very personal to me. And I know that I shouldn't tell y'all everything that goes on in my life, but I feel that by me telling this is going to help other people and help them to realize that they're not the only one going through this and they can overcome it. So today's video is going to talk about porn and I first how I first found out about sex, and when I started watching porn and the effects of porn. So this is how it all started. Back at the age of 5 to 6, me and my dad went to my uncle's house, and while we was there, we was talking for a little while, and then my uncle and his girlfriend left, and they allowed us to be at the house while they was gone until they came back. So I was upstairs watching TV, and my dad was downstairs in the basement watching TV. And after a while, my dad went from downstairs and went to go take a shower. And once he went in the shower, I went downstairs for some reason, I guess to be curious or whatever, I don't know. And I went downstairs and I clicked on the TV. And as I clicked on the TV, I saw a porn video on the TV. But back at that time, I didn't know what it was. And what was going on was, okay, you had a woman on top of a man having vaginal sex with that man. And also he was having anal sex with that woman. And when I looked at it, I was like, okay, so women have two holes? I thought that a woman only had just the anus, which was used to get rid of waste and and urine and stuff like that. But I didn't know that they had another part of their body. So I was watching it in awe because I didn't know what it was. It was weird, and my dad heard it because it was loud, and he said turn it off. And once he said that, I tried to turn it off, but for some reason the TV just wouldn't work. So I was still watching it and hearing the noises. So my dad rushed downstairs and he turned it off. And at that point right there was the planting of the seed of sprouting a disastrous fruit. So a couple years later, I'm still in elementary, and kids are talking about sex, and it still amazes me how at that age kids know about all that. But they was telling me about sex, and you know what I'm saying, and they was describing what was happening in that video. So I was interested about that, and I don't know how I came in contact with the pleasure of sex. I don't know whether some dude or somebody rubbed up against me, or somebody touched me, or whether I rubbed up against something. Oh, and also, it wasn't a pedophile thing, so I was not molested. I was not molested at all, so don't think that. But I don't know whether I either got touched or I rubbed up against something and was like, wow, this feels good. It feels great. So somehow I got that sense of sensation and pleasure, and that is what led to masturbation. What I did was I laid on the ground and I pushed up, and I achieved an orgasm, and from that point right there I was just like, oh my goodness, what was this amazing feeling. And I kept on doing that, for a long time. And then, of course, as I got older, I realized that sex is a pleasurable way to bring forth a child. So I was like, sex is kind of beautiful at that, you know what I'm saying? Because you bring forth a child by doing this, and also you feel good while doing it. I was like, wow, this is a pretty good sensation. So now that I realize that, having sex with a girl or whatever like that will bring forth this amazing pleasure in the genitalia. So it's like, whoa. So from that time right there, at a young age, I was sexually attracted to females. Like, because I realized that, if you have sex with them, that you can achieve an orgasm, which is very sensational. So man, like, so by the time I got in 8th grade, kids was talking about pornography and how they watched it, and how, the stuff that they seen, and blah blah blah. So so one day after school, I just went home and I checked it out. I just typed in, regular, like, vaginal sex. I typed it in and I saw two people doing the same thing on that last video that I seen years prior. And I was like, oh, okay. And then, what I'm saying, I saw, then I seen a couple other videos, but then I was like, alright, I have a bad feeling that I shouldn't be watching this. So I turned it off. And then the next year, kids in high school are very sexually active and they always talk about it. So then I went on the internet and typed in more things about porn, just to be more, find out a little bit more about sex and blah blah blah. So I typed in, regular sex, and I was watching that for a little while. So watching that comes with masturbation. But then, after a while, just the regular sex that I was watching wasn't enough for me. Like I couldn't get off to that no more. I couldn't keep watching the same sex positions and the same thing. More, you know what I mean? And so okay. And then also in high school, some girls are easy to get to have sex with you, and some girls are difficult. So it's like, let me just forget all that. And just, because on the porn, you can type in anything that you want to watch. Whether, if you're a dude that like Chinese girls, white chicks, black girls, Indian, Asian, whatever. You have the power to type in hundreds of women at the palm of your hands. You can watch anything that you want. Anything. What sex position, everything. You can type in anything that you want. So the regular porn wasn't getting me off no more, and the dopamine effect, chemical in your brain that activates the pleasure center. You want more and more and more. You crave more and more things to watch. You see, your brain wants more things that excites you. You know what I'm saying? Your brain wants something more exciting. And that was what's led to I typed in BBC, and the people that watch porn knows what that means. BBC, and I was just interested in the anal so much. Like, I was always into anal. Like, I don't know why. I mean, okay, the anus is used to get rid of waste. So why would a person want to stick their penis in the anus if it's used to get rid of waste? But I was just so interested into it. And some people say it's tight, but it still is used to get rid of waste, and it can also have a lot of health problems too. So then, man, I started watching the most craziest things in my life. Things like BDSM, where girls are tied up like the medieval times, like tied with chains and ropes. Their boobs are being suffocated with ropes. They have like the little like a gag ball in their mouth where they can't breathe, and multiple dudes are just stretching them out and having sex with them, and the girls are crying and screaming because it's not pleasurable at all. It's sick. But the girls are doing it just so they can make a buck. So some extra dollars. Then I typed in things like gang rape, gang bang, gang rape, and stuff like that, where girls are having sex with 10, 15 dudes at a time. 15 dudes are around one girl. 15 dudes. That is very physical on your body. And then the dudes, after they're finished, they just go and they ejaculate semen all over her face and smear it in. Shit, and stuff like that. And then I was even watching she-male porn. She-male and gay porn. And I wasn't even gay. If a dude was to holler at me talking about, hey, you trying to go do this, I'd be like, man, I don't get down like that. So you need to back up with all that. But I was still watching that type of porn at that age, at 14. Still watching stuff like that. Even bestiality. Dudes going into farms and having sex with horses and pigs and cows and dogs. And that is sick. Girls getting gagged with penises and they're crying and eyeliner running down their face. And I'm somehow getting off to this. What kind of sick person will get off to watching that? Who will get off to watching that? Gets off to watching these girls getting treated like nothing. A piece of meat. That's it. That's it at all. That's all. And it's like every time I seen a girl, no matter if it was a girl that I was attracted to or if it was a girl that I wasn't attracted to, every girl that I seen, I wanted to have sex with these girls. Like, man, I would spend my whole day just clicking on videos and trying to find the right video that fits my lustful desire. All day. Just clicking something and seeing if it fulfills my lustful desire. All day. And then I'll save the memory of the video and store it in my head, and then I'll go back to it and watch it again. And the stuff I was watching wasn't just regular sex. It was just crazy, out of control stuff. Because the regular stuff wasn't getting me off no more. Every girl that I seen, I saw as a piece of meat. And then when I wasn't watching porn, I was thinking of fantasies in my mind. I was even thinking about having sex with my family members. See, porn is not something that you should watch at all. It perverted my mindset. I couldn't even look at a girl respectively and think of her as being a good woman. The only thing I saw was her being something that I stick my meat into. That's it. That's all that I thought. That's all that I thought, man. And personally, I can't see how somebody can do porn. I mean, like in the video, it's like a dude will, like the interviewer with the camera, the photographer. He interviews the girl. He interviews her. The girl's talking. Then they talk about the scene that they're gonna do, and then all of a sudden, this random dude just walks in the room. A random dude that she has not heard of, has not known, nothing, walks in the room. And instantly, as the person walks in the room, he just starts touching on her, touching her breast, touching her private parts, touching everywhere, her thighs. And then they get into having sex. My thing is, man, I can't have sex with a girl that even people that have sex on the first date, at least they kind of know each other a little bit because they talk to each other. How in the world can you walk into a room and have sex with a person that you don't know? Don't know if she got AIDS, whatever. You don't know her. I need to have some sort of a connection with somebody to have sex with them, not just walk in a room and just have at it. Man, those girls in those videos get treated like garbage. All, like the guys, man, just do whatever they want to them. So, man, I was even getting off the guys hitting the women, calling them bees, spitting. Like, what kind of person, sick, perverted person, will be into that? It's degrading. Sex is supposed to be between a married man and a married woman, and they do it because both parties are interested in doing it. Man, these girls do so many crazy scenes just so they can get some money. With the BDSM tied up in so uncomfortable ways, slapping them, spitting on them. Ghetto gaggers, man. All these, man, there's websites called 18 and Abused, ghetto gaggers, and black on black crime and Latino abuse and all this stuff going on, man. Where these girls are just abused.